Hello guys, I'm here to tell you about the 6 easiest ways you can use to move to Canada in 2025. I've been having a lot of questions of how do I qualify? Where do I start from? What are my options? What are the steps to take? Let's dive in and answer all these questions. But first of all, if this is your first time here, please I'd like you to like, share, and comment on this video. Feel free to ask any questions in the comment section and I will provide you as much answer as I can. So first question, do I qualify? Now, if you fall under these three categories, then you are qualified to move to Canada in 2025. If you're a skilled worker or a professional, two, you want to study as an international student, or you're a businessman or woman. If you fall under these three categories, then you're qualified to come to Canada in the 6 easiest ways, which I'll be giving to you shortly in Canada. For a skilled worker and a professional, there are 4 pathways which is easy for you to use to come to Canada. One is the Express Entry Stream, two is the Provincial Nomination, three is the Agri Pilot Program, which is meant for those in the agricultural sector or livestock sectors. Yeah, they have a special program for them, which is a pathway which you can use to immigrate to Canada. And also, they also have the Atlantic Immigration Pilot Program, which is for the communities that are around the Atlantic areas in Canada, and they need people also in those areas. Then you can also come in to study, which is actually the easiest and the fastest way to come to Canada in 2025. Then also as a businessman or woman, yeah, there is also a pathway which has to do with the startup visa for you to immigrate to Canada in 2025. I am not a licensed immigration consultant. However, my goal is to provide you with easy step-by-step approach that could help you achieve your dream in 2025. The information I'll be sharing are generic and can be found on the official Government of Canada website, which is canada.ca. In this website, you can find out every information you need to immigrate to Canada, and you can do it yourself because every step is outlined in this website. All the streams and pathways available for you to come to Canada is available, and through this website you have access to all the information that can guide you to come to Canada. Where do I start from? Where you need to start from is to explore the 6 ways which you can use to come to Canada. As I mentioned earlier, we have the Express Entry Stream, which is more like the federal stream, whereby if you're invited to the Express Entry Stream, then you're free to move to any province of your choice. However, lately it's been quite difficult to uh, get the federal Express Entry unless you have certain factors like you have relatives in Canada, um, or you're bilingual, you can speak English and French, then you have an edge on the Express Entry Stream. On the provincial nomination stream, the provincial nomination stream started because people who were getting the federal Express Entry Stream were always moving to a particular set of province and leaving the others ones out. Then the provincial nomination stream started, just like saying everybody getting the federal were only moving to Abuja and Lagos, and the other 36, the other states decided to bring out their own state nomination, which is called the provincial nomination stream in Canada. So the other province has their own nominations by which you can use to immigrate to Canada, which was also the pathway I used to immigrate to Canada. And I can tell you that it's there and it's valid, it works, and you can also exploit it and you can use it. So where you need to start from is to find out what are the requirements for the other province. What are the requirements for each province? Different province, different requirements. They are looking for different occupations of people, different skills. So you need to find out what skill do I have, what are my work experience, and which province are looking for my work experience, and focus and channel your energy on those provinces. However, you can also apply to all the provinces. You can cast your bread upon the waters, and whichever one that comes in, you can go for it. I have people who have been called on two provinces at the same time, and then they decided on which one to pick and then went with that. So it's possible, it's there, and you can also find all this on the Canada.ca website. Next, I'll be talking about the Atlantic Immigration Nominee Program, which is the AIMP, which has to do with four provinces: New Brunswick, Nova Scotia, Newfoundland and Labrador, and then Prince Edward Island. Check out the requirements. All information is in the website, and then explore how best you can come to Canada using the AIMP. We have the iGrip pilot program, which has to do with people in the agricultural sector, livestock, occupations, farming. They are eligible to come to Canada if they fall under the following occupations. As you can see, butcher, meat cutters, agricultural contractors, livestock laborers, harvesting laborers. People in this occupation has special program in which they can use to immigrate to Canada, because Canada is looking for people who have these experiences. Um, for international students who wants to immigrate to Canada, where you need to start from is to look at what are the school requirements, which program do I want to do, which city is the school, how expensive is the city, which cities are easy to get jobs, so that because I know that most students who come in also want to get a job, which cities, what is the school fees payment policy. Some schools will require you to pay 50% of the school fees before coming. Some other schools will require you to even pay up to 100% of the school fees. And then there are schools where you can also pay just $1,000 as a school fees deposit before coming. Yeah, just $1,000. For example, the University of Regina. I'm in Regina, so I can tell you for free, the University of Regina, which is the city where I reside, requires you to pay only $1,000 deposit as school fees for you to move in, and then you have to pay up the other set of school fees. So you need to find out what is the school fees payment plan on where you want to move to, what is the cost of living, how easy is it, how easy can I find a job in that city, which school and course can offer me a postgraduate work permit when I'm done with my studies. You can't get that from every school and all courses, so you need to make that research first of all, and that's where you need to start from. For a businessman or woman, where you need to start from is which province would I love to invest? What is the investment amount or capital that I need to invest in that city? What kind of business do I want to do? You need to be able to look at all that and then find out which one best suits you and where you should move to do your investment as a businessman or woman. Also, under the startup visa category, there was the self-employed category, which is on hold for now, is paused, which has to do with people with special talents, skills, ability, athletes. They are required to support the system here. And if you have special skills and you're an athlete, special abilities and all that, then you can be able to explore that option. So this is where you should start from to find out which best suits you, and target those pathways and then stay on it. What are my options? After exploring all these pathways and going through where you should start from, you should be able to you should have been able to find out one or two or three places where you think could be your options, and then begin your application process. The requirements are there, the process differs based on the route you want to go to, and then nothing stops you also if you want to come in as a student first and then go ahead with the other process, then you can also do that. The options are there. You could also apply to several pathways, all the pathways. Nothing, there is no violation to you applied for the express entry and you can't apply for the AIMP or the provincial nomination. Actually, some requirements for the other pathways requires that you already have the express entry profile and you're in the pool before you could be qualified to even apply. So sometimes the process requires that you should have the first step, which is the federal express entry pool, to show that you're ready to come to Canada, and then you can now apply to this other program. So the options are there for you to explore, and then you should start immediately. What steps should I take? The first step for you to take is for you to be able to calculate your CRS score. And you can find out how to calculate your CRS score from the Canada.ca website, and calculate your score, put in all your profile, answer all the questions that is there, and submit. At the end, you're going to find what your score is. Now, if your score is not up to the cutoff, for the federal express entry, all hope is not lost, because a low CRS score can be used in the provincial nominations. But if you have a good score in the federal express entry stream, then what it means is that once a draw is done and you submit your application, you'll be called. You can find out what are the past cutoff that has been used in the past. Previously, draw was done every 2 weeks, but for a while, it's that model of 2 weeks wasn't followed. Sometimes different draws were done weeklies and all that. You can find out all those information also from the Canada.ca website. All the informations are there. Then, if you're able to calculate your CRS score, that should give you an idea of where you stand a chance in the federal. And if you don't stand a chance in the federal, all hope is not lost, because the provincial nominations um, doesn't require you to have very high CRS scores. So it means that you should tend towards the provincial nomination. If you don't have a high CRS score, you can just simulate an IELTS score for yourself. If you're bilingual, you speak French, you could also simulate a French score for yourself and see where your score would be. If you have relatives in Canada, that would also help to increase your score. Just answer all the questions, and then that tells you where you stand. Secondly, is for you to prepare to write your IELTS exam. You also need to be able to evaluate your degree. If your degree is not from Canada, then it means you have to evaluate it. You can find all eligible organizations that you can use to evaluate your highest level of education in the Canada.ca website. Get that ready, get your IELTS ready, find out what is the proof of fund that you need based on the number of your family size. Different proof of fund amount is required based on the size of your family. That find out if you have find out what the cost is, prepare all those ready, and then create your express entry profile. And hopefully, if you get picked, then you will be asked to submit documentations and then pay your application fee. If you want to come in as a student, then you need to begin to make your research on different schools. All the informations are there. You can also contact the schools. Their phone numbers and emails are there, but I'll prefer you send an email where you should be able to explain better what you're trying to find out, the requirements and everything you need. And like tell you, you can make the applications yourself. And once your admission is out, you apply for your visa. That's where you should start from. Which school do I want to go to, rather than sending applications to different schools? You should be able to know which one can I be able to afford, and which one would be less stressful for me to apply to. If you have any questions, please type your questions in the comment section, and I will answer your questions to the best of my ability. If this video is helpful, please like, share, comment, and also inform others about these 6 pathways for you to be able to come to Canada and achieve your dreams. Thank you, and I'll see you in my next video.